Good morning, you beautiful people. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Welcome to the top 5 worst things about Black Ops 3. Yes, I am forewarning you, this is going to be a negative video. However, I will make videos in the future on these topics about how I would improve them. So yes, we're negative right now, but we are not just going to be one of those people who just trash talks this game and then forgets about it. We're actually going to try and be constructive in future videos. But anyway, let's get to the countdown. At number 5, we have the specialist system. This is everything wrong with competitive games. If you want to be good at a game, if you want to have fun by being better than somebody else, you need to put in the time and you need to learn and you need to actually increase your skill in order to be good at this game or any game. However, with these specialist streaks, mainly the weapons, this game, Treyarch is telling you, you don't need to learn this game. You don't need to try and get better because eventually, about halfway through your game, we will give you a free kill streak that you can use to just kill anybody in your sight. I'm not saying these take absolutely zero skill to have, however, they dramatically decrease the skill gap. It's rewarding the player for not doing anything. And at this point in the life cycle of Black Ops 3, it's more annoying to me because nearly half my deaths, it seems like, come from being gravity spikes when I'm trying to shotgun or being sparrowed across the map or something. Or being war machined. That's the one that's really infuriating. War machine and gravity spikes are just awful. They take very, very little skill to use at all. And I just want to emphasize this. I'm not saying these weapons are incredibly overpowered and that once you have it, it's like a guaranteed certain amount of kills. No. But the kills you do get with them are very, very wrong. It's not about how many kills you get with these weapons, it's about how you get these kills with these weapons. However, the specialist abilities like the combat focus and glitch are some of my favorite things in Black Ops 3, which is why this is only at number 5. Moving in at number 4, we have the stealth nerfs, specifically the footsteps, the suppressors, and ghost. Veteran Call of Duty players, good Call of Duty players, will understand that Call of Duty is all about your positioning and it's all about your awareness. The less you're on the minimap, the less the enemies are aware of where you are and where you're coming from and where you're going, the more success you're going to have. This makes things like dead silence, suppressors, and ghosts so powerful. However, in Black Ops 3, silencers turn your gun into absolute garbage. Ghost doesn't work unless you're sprinting. Now, I know technically you can walk and sometimes even aim down sights with Stalker and still have Ghost active, which is fine. However, Ghost doesn't work if you get into a gunfight, it doesn't work if you take cover, it doesn't work if you reload, it doesn't even work if you mantle something for too long. That is utter garbage. And with a recent update, awareness or amplify doesn't do that much. And the entire reasoning behind every single one of these changes is to artificially increase the pace of the game. Because people will look at their minimap, they'll see a red dot, and they will full on sprint after that red dot. Now, sprinting is the #1 way to die in Call of Duty, so that's a horrible idea, but these casual players, these not so good players, have to feel somewhat smart, and nerfing Ghost, nerfing the silencers make them do just that. Moving on to number 3, I'm going to classify all of these things as basic first-person shooter fundamentals. This is going to be the connection issues, this is going to be the hit detection issues, this is going to be the random ADS spread, this is going to be everything that Treyarch is known for. In a good first-person shooter, I should say, your bullets will go where you're aiming. Where you aim down sights, where your sights line up, that's where your bullet goes. However, here in Black Ops 3, Treyarch seems to think, no, that shouldn't be how it is. There should be some random ADS spread. That's right, even when you're aiming down sights, the bullet might not go where you're aiming. So all of the beautiful people, all of you beautiful people who say, you know what, at least Treyarch, at least Black Ops 3 rewards the skilled players who have good reaction time and good aim. You can't even say that because of how random these gunfights are in Black Ops 3. And if it's not the random ADS spread, it's the awful hit detection or netcode or whatever is wrong with this game. Now luckily the hit detection and netcode is not so bad for me, but I completely understand how it is for other players. And they've also added this weird sort of recoil, walk speed, just complexity that was never needed, and it only hurts players. Drifter did a great video on this, and it's basically when you shoot, you will slow down your strafe, and your recoil, your sights, will be very weird. The way you react to recoil, the way you try to pull your gun down and to pull it on target with the way the auto aim and the recoil works in Black Ops 3, it's completely different than any other Call of Duty ever. I highly suggest go checking out that video because it's absolute garbage. The video's not absolute garbage, it's a great video, but the fact that it's even in here, that recoil and aiming is even harder with this layered on netcode, hit detection, whatever, and the random ADS spread, it's like they want this game to be a big dice roll. So those of you looking forward to Black Ops 4, this is what you're going to get. I guarantee you, this has happened ever since, I haven't played World at War, but ever since Black Ops 1, especially for me in Black Ops 2, Treyarch doesn't know how to code their netcode, they don't know how to do hit detection, and they certainly don't know how to make fair gunfights. Coming in at number 2, we have the map. That's right. The map in this game. The maps in this game are basically the same map, just kind of layered differently. I don't know who the map designer is at Treyarch, but he must have literally the easiest job there, because all he has to do is on a piece of paper draw 3 lines, and that's it. That's your map. I really want to go in depth on this, on how just atrocious this stupid simple design is, and it's not even the fact that it's 3 lanes. I'll get to that in a future video. However, when there's only 3 different possible routes you can go, it fundamentally makes this game very repetitive and boring. It's the reason people are getting so bored. Each map is the same thing. You've played Hunted once, you've played it 50 times, you know how to play Hunted. Not to mention the size of these maps, for crying out loud, with the bonus movement, with the wall running and the boosting everywhere. These maps are incredibly small, which makes any sort of map control really laughable, because as soon as you capture B, you're basically in the enemy spawn by that time, and if you're in the enemy spawn, the spawns are probably going to flip. So even if you have a good team, you're either going to be spawn trapping super tight, or you're going to be spawn flipping every half second. And this is, believe it or not, the community's fault. It might not be your fault in particular, whoever's watching this. However, people had an outcry when Ghost came out with their complex maps that were more than 3 lanes, and their stupid little brains couldn't understand. That was really mean and aggressive, and I apologize, but people couldn't comprehend a map that actually was realistic and wasn't an arena. And so Treyarch, being Treyarch, you know, just sticking with what they got from Black Ops 2, they just have 3 lanes. That's what the community wanted, that's what we got, and it's the worst gameplay feature about Black Ops 3. Before we get to our number 1 spot, I have an honorable mention, and this is the team balancing. Look, I am by no means a great Call of Duty player, however, I have a well above average KD, about 2.5 depending on the game, of course. However, if I have an above average KD and I play the objective, shouldn't I have an above average win-loss as well? Because in Black Ops 3, I have a 2.5 KD, about, almost, and I have a 1 win-loss. That means when I'm doing above average, I'm just doing average. So if I ever don't get an above average KD, it's almost a guaranteed loss. Above average players are being paired with way below average players, and all of the average players are on the other team and consistently win. Not to mention the random 5v7s, because Treyarch for some reason can't do math and try to get 6v6 going, which doesn't make any sense to me. It's 2016, fellas, come on. And moving on to number 1, we have the one, the only supply drops. Yes, that is it. Call of Duty's downfall right here. And it's such a shame too, because it started out perfect. It honestly did. I mean, camos, weapon camos, character skins, all that stuff, decals, all that crap. Nobody really had a problem with it. It was all fine and dandy. I actually got excited whenever I got like a weapon attachment variant. Like, I still love using the Weevil because I have a different quick draw on it. You have absolutely no way of telling that I could do that, but it was fun, it was stupid, it was cosmetic, the taunts, the gestures, it was, like I said, really stupid, but nobody had a problem with it. It was childish, yes, but it was just extra. But now, you've put the MP40, you've put the M1 Grand in there, you've put extra content, a different experience behind a random RNG paywall. This is where we finally figure out that Activision actually doesn't care if their game is good or not. They don't care if we are having a good experience. They only care about money. Now, obviously they're a business and this has always been the case. However, we as consumers are the ones that care about good games. And I assure you, if this pattern continues for Ghost 2 or Space Warfare, we will eventually learn our lesson. We will see that, you know what, maybe these games aren't as good as we thought and we should just let this franchise die. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants Call of Duty to die. We all love this game. We all want to see this game be successful. And the way you do that is by creating good, solid, genuine games. This is the exact opposite of that. And it will be the reason this franchise dies for a lot of people. And that was a long, depressing, sad video, and I apologize. However, we are, like I said, going to criticize these, critique these, change these in future videos, so be sure to subscribe to see how I would fix these, change these, alter these, and make these better. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until the next absolutely beautiful Call of Duty morning, I will catch up with you guys later. And as always, have a great day.
On a Saturday night.